About selecting something in Procreate, the first thing that I would recommend is always to check to be in the correct layer. Let's say that, for example, I wanted to move this small triangle here. I will look for the layer, where I painted, and in this case is here. And then I can simply select it by going on this S, and I can go around like this and select it. If this one happens, is because maybe you have color fill on. So you can take it off, and now, as you can see, it's selected, and you can move it around. If when you're moving it, it doesn't seem so fluid, it's because the snapping tool might be selected, so you want to deselect it to move it freely. And yep, that's all. So for example, now let's say that I will put it like this. I can even rotate it. You can explore then this menu here. And also when you select, now it's there. I just wanted to say also that here I was selecting as a rectangle because I used it previously, but in general it's also super interesting to use the freehand. For example, if I need to select all this rectangle here, so I can just go through, continue like this. I don't want to take the circle. And having them selected is not just allowing me to move them, but for example, to do other cool stuff, like for example, now I deselected, sorry. Like for example, coloring them, or even remove them from this layer and put it in another layer. To do so, I like a gesture, to be honest, so I tend to do 3 finger down and then cut and paste. So now this selection is in another layer, and for example, I can reselect it again and say that I wanted to make it yellow. So I would fill the layer, and now as you can see is yellow. So this is why selecting is so useful. And talking about copy and pasting, again, in general there are thousands of ways to do it. My favorite one is to do again the 3 finger down, and because allow me to, for example, copy what is selected in the layer that I have right now, and then for example 3 finger down, paste it again. So now you will see that is double. I don't know if you can see, but it is. Maybe let me do like this. Let me put it with a darker color. Oops, sorry. So I will select it and then I will fill it. So now you can see it. Yep. And by the way, as you can see, when I did the selection, I did take this part. But another gesture that, I mean, you can also copy and paste in different way. Like you can go here and say copy, and then you can, oh, there is no paste directly. Maybe you can do this one, and then, okay, there is no paste in this way, I don't use it. So you can go here in the branch icon, and then in add, and then paste. Then you will see that we will have another blue layer. So you can use the function here, or again, as I showed you just before, you can use the 3 finger down and say copy and then paste. 3 finger down, paste. What I really like is that one of the things that I do most is copy all and then paste. In this case, it's like I flatten all the image. This one is something that is very useful, for example, when I'm doing pattern and I want to test them faster. Or for example, if I wanted to test the contrast and so on. So yeah, this one is a way that I use to check many things. So remember now the image is flat, so this one is all together, it's not separate as before. So if I would select now, for example, this triangle, you would see that I will leave a hole behind them, because now they are all together, you see? It's like I'm doing a cut on paper, right? But still very fun. So I hope that this one answered your question about copy and paste. And the last thing that I forgot to say is about duplicate. In general, to duplicate, you will do like this, a layer, and duplicate it. So now you will have two of them. Duplicate something is useful because maybe you want to repeat the element, or maybe because you want to have a backup. Because you can just deselect that one, leave it there, and go back when you need it.